The argument from repetition, known Latin as argumentum ad infinitum, or argumentum ad nauseam, is the belief that something is true because it's been repeated over and over. The ad nauseam thing it derives from sickness, from hearing something over and over and it makes you sick. This actually, a lot of times, argument from repetition coincides with argumentum ad populum, or an appeal to the crowd, which is where you believe something's true because a lot of people believe it's true. Maybe you've only heard it, and they can both be singular. Uh, they don't have to exist in the same place, but a lot of times they do. A crowd can believe something but not say it much, which that would be only an appeal to the crowd. Or you can hear something over and over from even just yourself, in which case that would be an argument from repetition, because not a lot of people say it, but you've heard it a lot. Anyways, this first one example of argument from repetition and an appeal to the crowd. It's something that a lot of people have said over and over. Thrasymachus claims the earth is flat. Adeimantus, being the voice of reason, wants to know why he says that. Thrasymachus says, I've heard it a lot. And then Adeimantus decides to try to change Thrasymachus' mind and helps him kind of see the error by asking, how many times does something have to be said for it to become true? And the obvious answer is, saying something over and over doesn't make it true unless you say, I've said this sentence a lot, I've said this sentence a lot, and just repeat that. But that's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Next thing is argument from repetition. The next slide is also argument from repetition. Thrasymachus claims the earth is flat. Adeimantus says, why do you say this? And Thrasymachus says, I've said it every day of my life. Now, this is not argument ad populum or appeal to the crowd, because here Thrasymachus is the one saying it's true over and over, and we have no idea what the crowd thinks about this. It could be modern times where everyone knows that's not true, or it could be back whenever it was debatable whether the earth is flat or round. And the last one is also only argument from repetition. Thrasymachus claims, I don't have to water my crops for them to grow. Adeimantus asks him why not, and Thrasymachus replies, I've said it over and over, so it must be true. Adeimantus could reply to this with something like, well, how many times do I need to say I own the entire world for it to be mine? In which case, Thrasymachus would hopefully realize that if he claimed the whole world was his over and over, it wouldn't become his, and hopefully Thrasymachus would see the error of his logic.